It is just few days until Samsung launches the Galaxy S24 Ultra. It is unbelievable that we are so close to the launch date. And now we have our first look at the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultras, the working flat display, the bezels, and certain other things. Or technically you can say this is a second look at a live Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. But before jumping into everything, let me tell you about the color shown here. It is actually called Titanium Grey. Now we have seen it last time as well, but that was under a different kind of lighting situation, so it was not kind of visible properly, it was faded. This time this is where it is properly lit and visible. And this grey color kind of reminds you of the iPhone 15 Pro Max titanium color, right? But it is much more golden compared to that, if that makes sense. Now I have also cleaned this image up a little bit so that you can see everything properly. Now, if you look closely, then you can actually see that it is the same kind of camera setup as the current S23 Ultra or even the S22 Ultra, kind of. Because it has the same number of cameras, yeah, and almost the same sensors for just like the S23 Ultra. But there are certainly certain big changes. And you know that, I guess. I've made several videos on them, like the new 200 megapixel camera with up to 2x lossless zoom thanks to sensor crop. And this will also allow a technology called ISOCELL Zoom Anyplace that will track the subject even without moving the phone. And it will save the zoomed footage simultaneously with the video that is captured from the main wide camera, from the wide perspective. Pretty cool, right? But we can also see the biggest camera upgrade, the 50 megapixel 5x zoom camera. It is clearly visible as a periscope setup and nothing else from this photo, but this is going to be a 5x camera. It will have the same technology called sensor crop that will allow you to take 12.5 megapixel at 10x. So you're getting much better 12 megapixel 10x photo than the last generation. Plus, it will also allow you to zoom up to 100x if you are thinking about that. And Samsung on their marketing will call it quad telephoto cameras, 2x, 3x, 5x, and 10x. And this 100x photo might be a better one than the last model because all the AI capabilities of this phone. And I've already talked about them a lot, but we're going to look at something else here now. The newer Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra will also have 8K video recording capabilities for the 5x 50 megapixel zoom camera because of that 50 megapixel resolution. And on top of that, you will also be able to shoot up to 4K 60 fps from all the cameras, and then on top of that, it will actually allow you to zoom up to 20x while recording 4K 60 fps unlike the current system. Now if you look at the back properly, then it is clearly visible that this phone has a flat back panel. So you know that this phone is going to be flat from the top, the bottom, the sides, the front, the back, every single way. Except the side frame will be slightly curved for a better hand grip, but that's probably it. At the front though, I have cleaned this image up as well, so we can clearly see something really cool. And if we turn up the exposure a little bit more, then you can clearly see that this phone has the slimmest bezels on any Samsung Galaxy Ultra ever. And the best part is that they are even symmetrical this time. At the bottom, at the top, at the sides, everywhere. So there isn't a chin anymore on this device. But if you don't know, the display is probably not getting an upgrade in the resolution and all those things, but it is getting an upgrade in the Corning Gorilla Glass department. We don't know what it's gonna be, but it's gonna get an upgrade, definitely a new generation one. Plus, it will have 2600 nits of peak brightness, a massively big upgrade over the 1750 nits of the last year's model. Plus, if you look at it properly, this panel is also flat. We have seen it in the last time as well, and this is doing the confirmation. Now, there might be some confusion that the bezels are slightly curved. Yes, they are going to be slightly curved, but the bezels are so thin that you're not going to notice that at all. Let's just say it's not a curved display anymore, it's a totally a flat display. We all wanted that, we're getting it. Now, that's all the things we can see from these photos. Now, let's talk about something else that we know. We're hearing that the US variant of the Galaxy S24 Ultra is going to have a slightly lower clock speed for the Prime core. It's going to be 3.3 GHz instead of 3.4 GHz for the Cortex X4 core running inside the Galaxy S24 Ultra's Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy chipset. I don't know why that is the case, but that's what we are hearing. Also, we are slowly but surely getting to know that the S24 Plus in certain markets will also be powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy chipset aside from US and Canada, the typical markets that usually gets the Snapdragon variants for all the phones. This time, at the very least, India is supposed to get the S24 Plus with Snapdragon chip. But the S24, the base cheaper model, will still be powered by Exynos 2400 processor. But don't get discouraged by that either, because in certain markets you will have no other options, but you will still enjoy a great performance at the peak level. You might be wondering how the Exynos 2400 chip compares to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy chipset in terms of performance. Well, we have some early benchmarks from the Geekbench that shows the result of the S24 Plus with Exynos 2400 and S24 Ultra with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy chipset. And if you look at those performance numbers versus the newer results with the same phone and the same chips, you're gonna get surprised. Yeah, you can see the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 still has the lead over the Exynos 2400 in both single and multi-core performance, but the gap is smaller than before, much smaller. The Exynos 2400 looks really powerful, even it was last time too, but we are talking about the peak performance here. Do keep that in mind. It's not the same as the sustained performance, which depends on many factors like cooling, optimization, and many other factors. So we will have to wait for the real-life test to see how this chip performs under sustained load, but peak performance-wise, Exynos 2400 is still going to be heck of a powerful chip. Now, we also have certain information about the S24 series that you might be interested in. Samsung is reportedly launching 2 new fast chargers for Galaxy devices and an updated 45-watt charger that's probably going to be faster than the last year's 45-watt charger, and a new 50-watt dual charger that can charge 2 devices at the same time using USB-C ports. The S24 Plus and S24 Ultra, though, if you don't know, both support 45-watt fast charging, unlike the S24, which will only support 25-watt max fast charging. Now, we also have some leaked pricing of the S24 Plus in Italy. The S24 will start at €899 for the base 128GB UFS 3.1 storage with 8GB of RAM, and it will go up to $959 for the upgraded UFS 4.0 256GB model. The S24 Plus, though, will start at $1149 for the base 256GB model, and you can pay $1269 for the upgraded 512GB model. The S24 Ultra, though, will start at €1449 for the base 256GB model, and then there are going to be 2 more models, 512 and 1TB. The 1TB will cost you €1809. That's quite a lot of money. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Which color you're going to get if you're buying the S24 Ultra? Is it the titanium gray, titanium black, or the gold one? And yes, if you feel like you need some really cool wallpapers for your devices, whether it's a tablet or a smartphone or even a laptop, well, I have some crazy cool 8K wallpapers, stunning designs, and amazing colors. Visit my website, joindavid.com, link down below. And until the next one, bye and take care.